I just say thank you very much for coming, those of you who are here. Very warm welcome to Queens from myself. I just want to say a little bit about the book, because it's kind of almost like a book from another life. It's had a long kind of gestation period, really. And I completed the first draft of the book back in 2007. I was still in Leeds, and kind of Birmingham was a kind of a long distance sort of place that I was going off to do for a few months, kind of a little bit of study, and it ended up sort of becoming my my home. So it's really good to be here. So it's really a story of my ministry in Leeds, but it's a story really about a reaction to engagement with Muslims in the community where I was, but also particularly in relation to the events post 9/11. And I was fearful actually when it was taking such a long time, because it's a lovely little publishing house that published my book called Wild Goose Publications, who seemed to be taking a long time with the book. They were a little nervous of the book to begin with, partly because I wanted to call it Christian Jihad, but they were having none of that. So we decided to change that title. One of the chapters is called Christian Jihad, if you get to reading the book. But it took quite a long time to get out into publication, and Neil, my editor, who can't be with us tonight, did a wonderful job, a very meticulous job. But there was a point where I was getting to that, please Neil, just don't read it another time. Let's get it out. And my fear was that it would be out of date. Unfortunately, it's not. And I think recent events have shown that not to be the case, and particularly in its emphasis on wanting to call Christians to challenge Islamophobia. I think in the current context and some of the current things that we've seen just recently happening, with the general election approaching, and not just the language of such groups as the BNP and the EDL, but some of the language of some of those who perhaps should know better, is unfortunate. And so it is, I think, a timely launch of this book. And I've just asked two friends, one of whom has become somebody who I've worked very closely with in relation to work since I've arrived here in Birmingham and arrived in this post. And someone else is someone who I hold an immense amount of respect for, both of whom I hold an immense amount of respect for. And I'm really pleased when she firstly agreed to write the foreword to the book, but also agreed to be here this evening to share some reflections, some of her own reflections on the book, Salma Yaqoob. So to Salma and to Toby Howarth, who's a diocesan, many of you will know him as the diocesan bishop's advisor on interfaith relations, and also vicar of a very kind of exciting parish where I actually now live. He has cure of my soul. And some of the work that they're doing in that parish in Christian-Muslim relations is very kind of forward-thinking and new, particularly coming as it does from an evangelical Christian tradition. So I want to welcome them both here today, and want to ask you to spend time listening to them as they reflect on their responses to my book. So I think we're going to start with Toby. Oh, wait, yeah. So Toby, and then Salma, and then we'll open it up for any questions that people have. And then there's an opportunity to buy copies of the book at a specially discounted rate.